from town to town with a horse trailer dragging behind. Just a cowboy lost in a modern world. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Not a day goes by, don't think about how my life used to be. Now I'm out of my prime and I'm losing time, and nobody's calling for me. They used to call my name come roundup time. Now the four-wheelers takes my place, and the cowboy life that I've always loved is getting lost without a trace. But I won't give up and I won't give in. I'm a cowboy till I die. And I know there's got to be a place for me underneath big western sky. Headed out west, gonna do my best to leave the civilized world behind. Just me, my saddle, and an honest horse will try to go back in time, where surely there'd be a warm campfire or a bunkhouse calling my name. But tonight I'll sleep in my pickup truck, 'cause I'm still not playing their game. The world may turn, but the thing they can't change is the way I feel inside. A prairie fire may burn itself out, but you can't snuff a cowboy's pride. I'll be what I am and I'll do what I do. This life is worth fighting for. Yeah, the cowboy life is a life for me and 10,000 more. The cowboy life is a life for me.
Well, welcome to True Horsemanship. This is a little Samson you saw in the last video. All goes well tonight, going to ride him. He's been telling me he's ready. And somebody one time did get on him, but they just stood there and not do anything. Now, before I get on my horse this first time, you notice I got my line hooked up to my snaffle. And I want to be able to control his feet by his head. And all it's got to do in my hand position, because I want to get this addressed before I get on him. We've already done some of this. The owner's done a little bit of it. So if I pull out here, I expect that front end to move. Now, if I pull to that hip, I expect that hip to move. You know, way back when, I used to do a lot of standstill flexing, but the older I get, the more I go back to my old ways on the flexing, because I'm going to use this hip to control his flexing. And right there I wanted to stop him, so I raised my hand. And I want him to back off that bit. It looks like I'm being cruel, but I'm just putting pressure on there. I'm not jerking. Now what's funny, people panic when they see someone do this. So, but they're all right with somebody jerking their mouth back and forth. I mean, I'm not jerking. I'm just putting pressure on there. He gives to it. I want to make sure, there. before I get on him, I want him to realize if I grab his face, there. Yeah, he doesn't go in panic mode. And it doesn't matter if you're going to ride him the first time in a halter or boswell, you still should do this. There. And now what I'm doing, by the time I get on him in a minute, he's going to be backing up. So I'll So what I'm going to do, I'm going to slowly pick up my line. Right there he gives to my hand. So now I'm going to put a little more pressure on it, have him back off that pressure. There we go. There. See, it's not taking long. Like I said, we've done this a little bit. Yeah. Now I'm going to use my fingers a little bit here to encourage him. To back off that pressure instead of run into it. Well, the owners, there we go, good boy. Right there I didn't put no pressure to him because when I grabbed his mouth, lightly he came right to my hand. So there's times that I'm not going to, when he does it that nicely, like he did when I first got on this side, I'm going to pedal on him a little bit. Now I'll start adding some pressure to it. There. Now when you first start doing this, don't even worry about them taking a step if you're trying to get them to back up. Because as we all know, the horse is looking for that release. So let's say this is the first time I did it. I put some pressure on it. He moves just that little bit. I'm going to take it off of him. I'm going to pick up. He moves a little bit. I'm going to take the pressure off of him. Again. And as I go, right there, I'm going to add a little bit more pressure. I'm going to ask more and more for it. But if I pick, even now, right there, he just moved the foot a little bit. But if I pick up this softly at this stage and he reacts to it, I'm going to give it back to him. Now I'll ask for a little bit more. See, I'm getting all my stuff taken care of before I climb on top of them. And the owner's in a hurry for me to get on him. Well, what? You know, when you send your horse to a trainer, don't push him. Don't push the horse and don't push the trainer. Because it's going to fall apart at some point. There we go. There we go. Now you see how that transferred over to my reins. And like I said, he had his little issues that I wanted to address before I got on him, because if I didn't, that part of his mind that was causing him little issues, I'd have to deal with. in the saddle. Now I'm going to do exactly what I did with the bit. With my 15-foot lead. I'm going to tap them either with my hand or the stirrup. Yeah, he got stupid, so I got silly. He gets silly, I get silly. Now go back and do it again. There we go. Now when he got silly, I stayed at it. I want him to calm down before I go any further. So I'll keep being silly until that point. Oh! Now I got contact both sides of his mouth. And I always ask for it back first. And how long I ride him this first time is, it could be for 5 minutes. This first time I'm on him, I want to go as smooth as possible. Even though I'm right-handed, I'll take a horse to the left first time, because I'll be honest, I'm more balanced to my left. You notice I'm taking my circles a little bit bigger as I go. Now, if I had a little one and we was in a round pen, what I would have done is worked Samson here with little one, and then slide off the little one onto Samson and let little one be in the round pen with me, and I just would have Samson to follow little one. There's so many different ways to do this. Oh. Yeah, you see a slight grin on my face. You know, he might not have the breeding Smoking Lady does, my mare, but I'm feeling a lot of things. I mean, he's reining so good. I mean, he's following that lead. Now, when I say follow that lead, I mean he's following that rein. Somebody's going to say, that's not a lead, that's a rein. It's funny how critical. And some people say, well, take them to the right for a little bit. you know, right now, all I'm concerned is make this first ride enjoyable for me and him. And if he's more relaxed going to the left, and I'm more relaxed going to the left, I'm an opportunist. I'm going to take it. Now tomorrow when I ride him, I want to wait Cindy was home before I rode him. In the old days I wouldn't care. But these little horses, I tell you what, when they come unglued, they are hard to sit because they're quick and they buck quick. And that's part of the reason I like getting them to back up before I can get on them. Because I got more control of him. So if he gets stupid, if I grab him, he's not going to get worse. And he'll know to come to my hands. There we go. There. There. And this first ride, I mean, as long as I got his feet moving, there we go. Good boy. You know, yes, I'm doing a lot of backing up. But I tell you what, the back is one of the most misunderstood things. Good boy. Now the reason I went in and took him to the right, when I was backing him, I was able to move him to the right, like that. So I took it. You think right now I'm making him be responsible for his own actions with the reins. I'm holding my hand steady. So he's got two options. He can come to my hands like that, or he can push on it. There. There, good boy. Ooh, actually, I think that's a good place to stop. You know, you don't have to get a horse all sweated up to train them. Especially that little short ride just then with Samson is going to make the hell of a difference. If I pushed him hard, and if it fell apart, the next time I ride him, it's going to take me longer time to prep work to ride him. So And now, next time I ride him, oh, I forgot one thing. I was supposed to lunge him before I got on him. I'm being a smart butt. You know, right there it shows you, if you don't start lunging these horses before you ride him, you don't have to, damn it. I mean, more people cause their own problems because of that. I mean, this is our first ride. We started filming from the time we started till the time we finished. Yesterday I did practice getting on and off of him, but that was it. And I worked a little bit with his head with a halter, but not the bit. So if you're patient, persistence, and purpose, don't get in a hurry. Let that horse tell you when it's ready. Now, unfortunately with this one, the original owner, evidently, I didn't realize, he lives right down the road and has been watching my YouTube stuff for years, and he applied a lot of this to Samson. Yeah, all of Samson on some of the stuff, he just needed refined. But it made it a lot easier, but he already had Samson used to a bit, so the same thing, I had to refine it. That's all I had to do. And it makes my life easier. Now, right now while I'm talking, if he walks ahead of me, I'm going to make use. Most people would start, you know, trying to back him up with the lead, but I'll just pick him up. Back him off with a bit, because that's my objective. Softer and softer I get, he'll like to see him stay longer, but I think because of financial reasons, he'll probably be going home in 3 weeks. That might be a good thing. The reason is like, why? Samson, well, he just showed me there. If I had him for another month after the end of this month, I don't know if she'll be able to ride him, because he'd be so sensitive that she might have a hard time, because, you know, and Samson said, okay, I'm going to do that. I mean, that'd be like putting her on Suka. You know how that would go. Suka would say, what the heck? But anyway, short and sweet. That first ride, always keep it short and sweet, non-explosive. That's round pulp pin. It has its place, but if you do everything correctly, oh, I forgot. The round pin's back there. I guess we should have went to it. Yeah, you don't have to, people. But if you don't feel comfortable with it, yeah, use a round pin. I'm not saying you don't, you know, it's a big sin if you don't use a round pin. But it's not a requirement. I mean, a quick story, and then I'll save my thighs. When I was in Shelbyville, I had a 100-foot round pin. It was big. And I had an arena. And finally one day I'm thinking, why? My arena's not much bigger than my round pin. So I built a little 24 by 24 square thing out of black walnut. I made it tall enough the horses won't climb into it. And that's where I got on the first time. Number one, the advantage of having square corners, if they come unglued, most of the time they'll go in that square corner and stop. So they are advantage of it. So with that said, yes, David's back for a while, weather permitting and everything else. Be true to the horse, and they'll be true to you. First and foremost, be true to yourself. Goes a long way. Thank you, and God bless. Take care. Oh.